Okay, I'm here because there's about to be the actual proper promo video for Canto 4 that's gonna be premiering any second now. I guess there's probably gonna be a little bit of a countdown, but just gonna record how I react to this because I am very excited. I feel like I'm losing my voice because I've already talked a lot tonight, but that's fine. I can just do a little whisper voice thing. That's good enough, hopefully. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely makes me wonder if we're actually going to be moving, if this chapter is just going to be entirely within K Corp as well. I don't know, because that's how all the other chapters have been. They've all taken place in one specific one. I think it could make sense, because, like... Oh yeah, they've got a little countdown. As they do, I'm just gonna turn the volume down for the sake of the countdown, because the countdowns are always annoying. How do you even read this? I see, yeah. This is YouTube countdowns are so awful. I hate YouTube premieres. I mean, luckily Project Moon is smart enough to know that they can set it to only be 1 minute, as opposed to 2 minutes, which is like the default, which is good. Like how do you interpret what this means? What numbers are these? These aren't numbers. Okay, I'm just gonna go full screen for this because it's about to actually start, I think. No, it is 2 minutes. It is 2 minutes. Okay. Never mind. That was so unclear. I take it back. Project Moon does not realize they can change it from 2 minutes to 1 minute. It's a little bit of a disaster. Hopefully there's a timestamp put to when the actual thing starts, because this is so stupid. I'm getting irrationally cracked up by what is going on here because of the fact this is like the most incomprehensible countdown possible. I guess you can see my you guys can see my book. You guys can see my bookmarks, I guess. There's nothing there. Don't worry about that. Just normal stuff, normal resources I need access to with some degree of frequency. Okay, now we go full screen because it's actually about to start, hopefully. And captions unavailable, so that probably means there's actually gonna be captions built in. Warning, love to see it. That's probably good volume. Ooh, exciting stuff. Ooh. Funny music. What is... Robots? Ishmael Yesong. That's what people think is gonna be like the workshop. Oh, it's Thumb? Oh? What is... But it is incomprehensible. Season 2 Ego, yeah. Breast. Bull. Capote? Is that the name of it? Of the actual Ego itself? AEDD? Might be. I guess we'll probably be able to... Sun Shower. Alright, simple enough. Same as the Ego Gift. Fair enough. And yeah, this one. Which is the star one. We haven't seen the animation for this one yet. Oh? It's a buff! It's a defensive Ego! Oh, that's insane. I've been hoping we'd get something like this. That is really cool. But it still hits the allies. Oh, so maybe it's not a buff. Maybe that's just the animation. Okay. Oh, all three is new announcers. I was expecting that more or less. I didn't think all three, though. Oh? The actual location. Yeah, it is still K-Corp. That's the K-Corp building we saw before. Or at least a similar looking... Ooh? Was that Asaya or one of the other Yesong people? Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's the end of the premiere. I'm gonna actually do like a little bit of a more close look. Well said. How do you set it to frame by frame? That's not it. You set them to minimum speed and then you can use... So what is going on here? It's charge stuff, I think. It might be warp stuff, because it looks like it's a person who's got like electricity circulating through them. And we've got this, which is... Also, I wish I could say more here. It seems like it's got robot stuff, though. Yeah, whatever's going on here. K-Corp probably have these robot things that they use for combat. Because robots are fine as long as they aren't, like, sentient. You can still have, like, brainless robots, I guess. And Yisung looking within a K-Corp logo thing. Is it... I'm trying to tell what it is. It looks circular. Is it like a can? Is it some sort of soda? What is this indication thing? Is it... I think that's what it is. It would make sense if... Because K-Corp's healing stuff, so it makes sense if they'd have, like, soda type thing. But it's very reflective for soda, so I don't know if it is. It might just be, like, some sort of chip. Maybe, like, an identity card thing. Yeah, that's the, Yeah, let's try and see if I can get a pause on a good frame. This is not very clear. This is what people thought was going to be, what's it called? They thought it was going to be Leaflet Workshop, one of the general receptions from Ruina. And it might be, but it might be... Is this what we thought were thumb identities? Yeah, Mersault with that funny hammer. It's very thumb-colored, but the weapons aren't very thumb, or at least for him. Then this one is very thumb-looking, I'd say, because it's like a rifle thing. Oh, is it not? I thought it was a... No, it's like little machinery. So maybe this is like a different branch of the thumb. And then there's this, which is like... Oh no, is this K-Corp stuff? This one looks like it's K-Corp thing. That's definitely Ishmael. With... No, that's a hammer from an enemy. So is this ego or is this an identity? Because that looks like what you'd expect of an ego, but at the same time the green... Yeah, the hair too. Unless it's some identity for some sort of experimented Ishmael type thing. And then we've got this. Oh, it's like a seal. He's using like, yeah, he's using like seals, it would seem. There were similar things like that on some of the robots. Oh, that's just Sunshower Otis there. Nothing new, I don't think. And yeah, the new ego. All stuff we've known about. However, it seems like we got the names for these. The actual Abno itself here is the brass bull, bronze bull thing. Capote? Capote? However you say that. I'm sure it's something related to, like, bullfighting. That seems to be the vibe they're going for, which I very much dig. Yeah, we've seen these before. And yeah, this one is AEDD, which definitely stands for something. Like, AED is, I forget what it stands for. That's those, like, those little electric things people use to, like, revitalize people. Like, you put them on, like, their, like, chest and, like, gives them a shock and brings them back. I forget what exactly it stands for, though. And yeah, you can see both of them there. Nothing new in that regards. Yeah, Sun Shower, and then Yisong Sun Shower, which looks really cool. Because, as you can see here, he kind of, like, puts up a bunch of umbrellas, like, above his allies. Which I thought was going to mean it was, like, a buff-centered one at first. But no, it seems like he's guarding himself from the rain. Yeah. And yeah, then so rains and the sun comes out. So his allies are fine. It may still buff them in some regards, though. And yeah, these two are getting voice battle announcers back. I knew it was going to be Yisong in one of these two, but Yisong in both of these two also makes sense since they've got their chapters already. And yeah, K-Corp itself is going to be the focus. Is that the bull? I think it is. That's the brass bull. So our okay. It's starting to seem like the actual abnormalities in this branch have managed to break out, probably due to K-Corp's interventions, I suppose? That makes sense with some of the earlier things too, because why else would the bulb be just here? Is that a giant crack? It's hard to tell because it's very blurry here. And there might be something else there. So is that a Sia, however you say it? It might be one of the people from Leviathan. I haven't seen it. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, now that if we look back at this earlier part, robots. Yeah, these robots are greenish, so they're probably still K-Corp robots, but it looks like this is an abnormality. Possibly. It's hard to say for sure. A lot of these screenshots are too blurry, and there's way too much movement going on in this trailer to actually make things out. Let me point out, is this effect in particular that it does here Very reminiscent of the kind of things you'd see in LobCorp. Probably connecting itself to like Netzach. So not only was Netzach an orphan in the K-Corp nest, he also is very close to like the healing type stuff that K-Corp uses. Even if he isn't the person who gives you the actual healing bullets itself, which is when we first learned about K-Corp because they're given by Chesed. Netzach, well, he's definitely got some sort of connection to them since he's all about the healing things, and the healing things have that green bar too. So it's very possible the entire healing system of Lobotomy Corporation was based on the K Corp stuff, which would bring another corporation close to Lobotomy Corp. And since Lobotomy Corp is close to pretty much every corporation as far as we know, that would make sense. Yeah, there's so much machinery here. It's hard to tell what's part of what. And these are K Corp guards, but it doesn't necessarily. It looks like they're standing next to them. I think. It looks like they're facing this way and the robot's like behind them, but at the same time there could be a robot behind them and a robot in front of them. Oh yeah, I think I skipped over that Ishmael frame before. Ishmael, she's being injected. Dante's there. Is Ishmael like shielding him from... Are these being used as projectiles? I wonder if like there's an enemy who's like using these K-Corp syringes as projectiles to try and like cause like kind of like a cancer type thing on the people it hits, kind of like overgrowing their flesh, turning them into these horrible mutants. Maybe that's what this guy is, but I don't think so, since this guy has a little bit too much blue and red going on to I feel be related to the K-Corp stuff. This is probably some sort of abnormality. Oh, is that that's the bull, isn't it? Yeah, I think so, because it looked that this is kind of, yeah, it's got like a bull hooves, kind of got like the bull shape. So I think this is a brass bull. So it's definitely escaping. This is the person. So if we actually look at, I don't know if it shows it here. It doesn't, but the actual, oh, yeah, here. You can see a person inside the brass bowl. So it might be that person like kind of getting out in this image. Because in case you didn't know, the brass bowl was like a torture device he used. Someone was like, oh, here's a brilliant torture device. I'll show this to my brother. And his brother's like, this is horrifying. I'm going to put you in it to serve the fact that like no one should ever be done in this because this is awful and you're no longer my brother. Something like that. So I assume the Abno story is going to be related to that somehow. Yeah, there's like the bull's tail, I guess. I think bulls have tails. Yeah, a lot of interesting possibilities here. The main things I don't know about is who exactly are these guys? Because they look like somewhere between like a workshop and thumb people. I mean, the thing is, in the thumb people we saw in Ruina were fairly high up, I'd say, because of the fact they had guns. There's a decent chance like lower down thumb people have different workshop weapons, stuff like that, very geary. They could have steampunky things for all we know, because it wouldn't make sense for all of them to have guns, because, well, their whole thing is that that's not very affordable in the city. It still doesn't explain what these other two... Oh, was it another ego? Wait, let me check back. So I'm trying to think if there's any very green... Well, if we try and think about green gunk type egos, the one that comes to mind is the like the giant clam monster, but that's a little bit of a different color green, so I don't know. I feel like this is something related to Cake or possibly related to the actual upcoming chapter. And this one, I've now realized, I don't know why I didn't... I mean, these aren't seals, these are talisman. This is an ego, this might be an ego from the actual talisman, guy. Let's see if I can... Oops, wrong button. Let's see if I can pause at a good frame for this. See if we can get a good frame of this Sinclair, because there's like maybe one. Yeah, he seems to be covered in the talismans in kind of an unnatural way. So I think that's an ego. Yeah, that's just not a normal outfit. So from whatever, I forget what the talisman guy's name is. I think I know what it is, but so it seems like this might be an ego for the talisman, which kind of implies that this is probably another ego on the battle pass we just haven't seen yet. Which would mean Ishmael gets 2 battle pass egos, but that's fine because Rodion had 2 battle pass egos for the season 1 battle pass. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over. Yeah, this is definitely broken and ruined. Definitely a lot of havoc breaking loose here. Trying to see if there's anything else I can see within the actual K-Corp nest itself beyond the bowl. Yeah, you can see the person like coming out a lot more here. So, and you can see his hands. Yeah, like that's his. I just realized it's not capturing my cursor, is it? Oh, I feel stupid. Probably hasn't been earlier. Capture cursor set to on. Why is it not capturing my cursor? Maybe it is, but it's just being weird. Maybe it is showing, but it's not showing when I check. Who knows? Yeah. A lot of smoke, a lot of wreckage in the nest. Another thing noteworthy is the actual, in Canto 3, the branch you went to was K-02. So this might be K-01. Because I believe the pattern is it was D-02, then J-03, then K-02. I might be mixing that up though. It might be the D branch that was the 03 and the J branch that was the 02. But it was something like that, which makes me think that if this is a O1 branch, K01, that it would probably be near the heart of the city, near the heart of the actual corporation itself, because of the fact that this wing absolutely would need a lot of energy. So they definitely have some super powerful one here. And it seems like they've just failed to suppress it, and now it's Bulls breaking free, possibly more things going on in the building itself. Possibly whatever that green goop thing is, those robots. Who knows? But I think that's... Oh, right, and then this person here, which is definitely one of the Yi-Song people. Keep on hitting the wrong button. Yeah, see if I can stop there without needing to slow it down again. Mm-hmm. This is definitely a different person. See, it had different hair, I think. This is... Or is it just white hair with a black... I think that's just black man. This is white hair. I wonder, is this the person... I forget his name. This is probably the person that was mentioned at the very end of Hell's Chicken, then. The one that was mentioned by, I know I'm forgetting everyone's name, probably because it's just been a little bit. The one guy who had, like, the one guy in Hell's Chicken who worked for K-Corp. And how he mentioned his boss at the end, which was another one of the, poets alongside Yisung and Gubo and Asaya. Asiya. Asiya, yeah. Asaya's different. Yeah, Yisung's definitely bothered by him. Yeah, Reminiscence Season 2 Limbus Pass. Simple enough. Yeah, a lot of interesting things there. But I think that'll be enough for this video. I mean, this is a nice 17-minute breakdown. I feel like I went into a fair bit of depth. I feel like I've gotten a lot of info about this. There's definitely more that can be gleaned from this, I'm sure, after a little bit more time is settled. But this just kind of works as like an immediate, like, breakdown of how this works. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.